Hello and welcome to the 178th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined by our other host, Jordan.
That's me, baby.
That's him. Jordan, you know the drill.
As always, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed linked below. YouTube and Spotify have the video platforms, and you can contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send us your comments, questions, concerns, death threats, and most important, Little Kitty Bit City stuff. And Instagram, TikTok, we're there sometimes. Not very recently, but sometimes.
And watch our Little Kitty Big City video.
Yeah.
Ducky cut coming soon.
Yeah, Ducky cut, highlight cut coming soon.
Coming soon. Listen, I am so back. Okay?
Yeah.
I've been making some money moves. I've been catching some fish. You know, I've never felt better in my life.
Yeah, that intro was like the happiest intro I think I've seen since
my
episode
heart
2.
unexploded.
Yeah. Who knows when you just stop caffeine dosing every day? It would,
I wasn't even intaking that much caffeine, but like...
Compared to what you used to now.
Oh, definitely. I used to be a caffeine glutton. I used to have, like, when I was working at Burger King and, you know, doing school and also working the dealership, I would wake up and I would go to school, and then it was like after school was like one of my 2 jobs, and I would go home. If it was a Burger King day, I would go home and chug a Monster, and if it was a dealership day, I would go buy one or something or get coffee or something.
Yeah.
And one day, it was a Sunday, it was a Burger King day. I was on from 11 to 8, I think. And I woke up at like 10:30, chugged 2 Monsters, clocked in, and my hands were vibrating.
Yeah.
My hands were like this.
Just tweaking.
And then I would come home and I would drink a bunch of, I was big on Bang Energy too.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I wake up with like, I don't have time to sit and have nice coffee anymore. So I just started taking 5-hour energies.
Oh, God.
I buy them in bulk. I buy boxes of them. They would have like 12 of them in the box, and I would have like 2 or 3 every morning.
That is like the slut of energy drinks.
I was like, this shit isn't even good.
No.
I have to reevaluate my choices.
That's crazy.
And now I don't really drink. I was drinking less caffeine, and now if I drink too much caffeine, which I'm still feeling that one out, if I drink too much caffeine, my heart will go weird.
Yeah.
So.
Hey. Could be worse.
Could be worse. I could be dead.
Yeah.
I could be dead, which, I mean, when I not having caffeine, might as well be.
Yeah.
Some mornings.
Yeah. So, Chris, normally I ask you what you're up to, but I got to lead with something. Real
Okay,
quick.
because believe it or not, I actually was up to stuff.
That's good. But I have you ever seen Dance Moms?
Yes. Not like a full episode, but I've seen like clips.
So we did a little perusing at a thrift store, and we had to buy a box set of DVDs to get a deal, and there was nothing to buy, so Lexi saw Dance Moms season 1. So she bought the box set, whatever. Starts watching it, and I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, this show's kind of interesting. It's like a little drama. Like, it's a shameful show. Like, it's just a lot of drama. And then, like, man, maybe I'm the wrong one, but I just kind of feel like there's an investigation to be had with this lady. Like,
okay.
Maybe I'm overthinking it, right? But, like, when a movie's made or a show is made, obviously, there's a lot more footage that exists than what you see.
Right.
What happens to that footage? Who knows?
Goes in the archives.
And, like, I'm watching it with her, and then, on top of the fact that it's young, like, literally young, like, 6, 7, 8-year-old girls dancing, and there's, you know, professionals filming them.
I was talking earlier about the brain rot I have. When you said it's young, I thought you were going to say it's young Sheldon. I'm tweaking. I don't know what's going on with my brain today.
So on top of them filming young girls just in general for TV, already not a fan of that.
Already horrifically weird.
Already not a fan of that. There's one scene specifically, season 1, like episode like 7 or something. It was like disc 3 or 2 of the set.
Yeah, they actually sacrifice all the... They blood eagle all the children.
The main dance lead, Abby or whatever, decides, I'm going to give the kids a nice day, and they're going to come over to my house and eat lunch and hang out in the pool. And the parents are there, the moms, the dance moms.
All right.
And they play this game where they put oil on a watermelon and they throw it in the pool and the girls have to grab it, but it's slippery, right? And I'm watching, they're filming the girls fighting over the watermelon in the pool, and then it cuts for, like, I'm not shitting you, 2 seconds to an underwater camera, Chris. An underwater camera watching these girls' feet and legs, and I'm like, I saw it. I was like, wait, what? I was like, was that a camera angle that I thought I just saw, or am I tweaking? Where's that footage, Chris? I want to know who possesses that footage. Uncut.
And
there was 2 seconds of it. It like flashed on screen. I was like,
you look at the credit. You look at the credits. It goes produced by Dan Schneider. That makes sense. Okay, yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't like that. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, no. I feel like in general we shouldn't really put children in the public eye.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I also don't like how this season, anyway, this first season, the main dance lady, Abby, again, has been trying to put them in more womanly costumes on purpose for shock value. That's been, like, a big thing in this season. She does, like, edgy music scores that are, like, sort of more for adults, and she'll dress up the girls in what the moms describe as, like, slutty costumes. And, again, these are 6 to 13-year-olds at the oldest. So she dresses them up in these, like, costumes, and then she, like, argues her case of, like, well, they're making your statement. And I'm like, what? Maybe you could just have some wholesome dancing. And I get it. It's for a show. You need the drama. But, like, I'm not all that comfortable with it. I'm really not.
I get that you need the drama, but the drama shouldn't be... How can we make the kids sexy?
Yeah.
They're kids, man. Make them normal.
And then one of the girls, her name's Maddie. I think she's like 7.
Or better yet, don't do this at all. Don't put your kids on TV, period.
Yeah, but one of them, her name's Maddie. She's like 7, I believe. She is always portrayed as like an asshole. Like they'll cut away to like an interview tape with her, and she's like, I'm not afraid for this competition because I'm just going to win. I've won every single one.
Yeah, this kid's a little bitch.
So that's how they portray her. But then,
what the fuck?
But then Lexi and I started researching like these people a little more just out of curiosity. And that girl came out and said like, those were lines the producers read to me.
Oh, yeah, almost
and told me to read. That wasn't anything that I had to say. They told me to say it. And like at one point, dude, in like episode 8 of season 1, she goes, if I lose this competition, I might just kill myself. She's fucking 7. She's 7.
What producer
told her to say that?
What producer was like, all right, now this is what you have to say.
Like,
and then you have to explain the nebulous and horrific concept of suicide to a child.
Our old boss, like the 2 bosses ago, Chris, has a kid that's 7. I think if that kid said, I'm going to kill myself, he would have an aneurysm. No 7-year-old should be saying, I'm going to kill myself if I don't win this competition.
Understand the implications of such things. Please do not.
That's crazy.
I already don't like reality TV conceptually a lot of times. I am very picky on what I would consume that I consider trash television. Like, I'll consume Bar Rescue.
Duck Hunters.
Duck Hunters, I don't like those guys, really.
No, yeah, they're annoying. But the Mountain Monsters.
Mountain Monsters, I love the shit out of Mountain Monsters. And the reason I like a lot of these shows that I like Pawn Stars too, big on that. The reason I like these shows is because there's an element of acting to them that is blatantly obvious, or alternatively, we're not dealing with terribly tragic situations.
Yeah.
In the case of Bar Rescues, it's like, how do we get this alcoholic to stop drinking and pay attention to their bar?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the situation they deal with every episode. John comes in, he looks like a frog, he yells, credits roll, right?
Yeah.
Pawn Stars, it's like, I gotta call my coin guy to look at this one, and he gets like a little magnifying, some like little wizardly man comes in with a little magnifying glass. He goes, whoop 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 whoop. Yeah, this coin's worth $20 bajillion. Yeah.
There's a little bit of John T. Wood semen on it. I can see it.
And Rick from Pawn Stars, he'll go, and Rick Harrison will go, yeah, I could give you 32 cents for it. And he goes, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. And roll credits, show's over. Yeah. Mountain Monsters, they kill Bigfoot.
And then they never show him.
and then they never show up. They have, oh, we have a witness that saw Bigfoot, and it pans to a window, and Bigfoot's fucking there.
Yeah.
Like, we know he's here.
Yeah.
But we didn't film him. Like, we didn't find him.
We were too busy killing him.
He outsmarted us.
Which, that I can believe.
Fair, yeah. The point is, there's a level of exploitation that happens with reality television that is not present in the reality or like trash television shows that I enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't like to see blatant exploitation where it's like very clearly... I even like feel uncomfortable about... Remember the show Super Nanny?
Holy shit, yeah, that sounds
I even
really
feel
familiar.
very uncomfortable about that show.
What was the premise of that one?
Joe Frost would come in, and she would she would yell in British at these little badass kids who would like terrorize their parents.
Yeah.
And the parents are like, "We fucking hate our kids. We're gonna kill them. Joe, you gotta help us." And she'll roll up in a little British cab.
Yeah,
And she'll yell. She's like, "You gotta be a nice kid." And then they inevitably become nice at the end. Bing, bang, boom. It's wonderful. And then they follow up like 8 weeks later, and it's like, "Oh yeah, the kids suck again because the parents are pieces of shit or whatever."
Just the same thing with My Cat from Hell. They used to exploit the cats, dude. That used to piss me off.
Really?
Yeah, I heard. I mean, I had read somewhere. I can't say it's factual, so I'll put that up front. But yeah, like the cats that would get aggressive, there was like talk of them like poking the cats with needles and shit to like
needles
to piss them off. Like, yeah,
allegedly.
Don't
sue us. Allegedly, according to something Jordan thinks he read once.
Yeah. So I mean, that was one of the trash TV shows I remember my mom watching a bit of.
There was one in that same vein. There's a dog training one. I forget what the show's called. And there's a clip from that show where the host, I think there's a guy called Caesar, he like fist fights a dog. It's this a really, really aggressive dog. And he the dog jumps up, nips at his arm, cuts his arm pretty bad. And then the dog jumps up again and he punches the dog in the face.
I mean, fuck, so would I.
He gives the dog a right hook. And he starts wiping blood off himself. And he's covered in his own blood and he's punching this dog.
I'm just saying, show him what them opposable thumbs can do, bro. Just fuck him.
And then I don't remember what the outcome of that episode was. I don't know if the dog was just
he snapped its neck. He's like, fuck this thing.
Yeah, he's like, this one's beyond. We gotta get rid of bro.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I think about is that fucking clip.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, I just had to throw that out there. That's been bothering me. I've been thinking about that one on the brain. I got one other thing, but I'm going to toss it to you, Chris, because, it's time for you to shine. Baby, what you been up to?
So, virtual reality. I booted up the Quest.
I saw exactly what you played, Christopher. I saw it on your Steam profile.
Dude, were you in my house? Were you watching me?
I was in the headset. That sweat bead that went down your head, that was my ass juice.
Ew, dude.
No,
That's why I got pink eye? Okay,
yeah, I think I saw exactly what you played.
So I booted up my Quest for the first time in long enough that my software on the Quest still had all the Oculus branding.
I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, too, Chris has a Quest 2. He's a little outdated.
Kill yourself. I looked at the software revision that was installed. It was software revision 28. And I looked at the most recent version. It's version 66.
Yeah. It was like 40 or 60 because they jumped at one point. Yeah.
So there's been a lot of versions that I've missed. Because I was it said it was updating. So I was like, okay, good. And then it restarted. So I'm like, this must be good. This must be updated. So I was trying to install stuff off the store. I'm like, nothing's installing. And then I was like, I looked at it and I looked up and it said Oculus something. I was like, oh, wait a minute, that ain't right.
Yeah.
So I played a bit of Boneworks. That was fun. I get to beat a guy's face in with a brick.
My favorite pastime.
I played a little bit of the 1.0 update for Blade and Sorcery. Didn't play too much of it.
Still haven't played that. I need to really play that.
And then the next day, I tried to play Horseshoes, Hot Dogs, and Hand Grenades, but after one day of mild use, my left controller broke. Just stopped working. Inexplicably stopped working. To be fair, there were batteries in the controllers for long enough that there was battery corrosion that I cleaned. It was worse on the left controller. What I did with the left controller, after it stopped working, I tore it apart. I opened it all up. I cleaned all the inside, made sure there was no corrosion or anything. And it worked better after I put it together. Like, you know how the light blinks?
Yeah.
And it'll, like, flash a few times to, like, indicate that it's trying to connect to something.
Was it flashing SOS? Because that means low battery.
No, I had a new battery in it. And it was
okay.
just it was doing like the same thing as the right controller that was working. When before I tore it apart, it would like blink once and then stop. And but it wouldn't connect. So I bought a new controller, but I haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
But I'll probably use it today or tomorrow or whatever. So I've been playing that, and the 1.0 update is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It adds like the actual dungeon crawler type mode
And progression, yeah.
and
It looks
progression
fucking
and
sick.
everything. That game is fun. It is a lot of fun to like sneak up on someone, and like grab their face and just start stabbing them.
Takedown.
Or in the case of Boneworks, running up to someone, grabbing the back of their head and smashing their face with a brick.
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. VR's a lot of fun.
I just gotta say, if you're getting back into VR a little bit, I think you'd be a darn fool to not play Assassin's Creed Nexus VR. But you should buy that. It's on sale right now.
Perchance.
If you do, let me know, bro. I'll hit you with that referral code. I'll get $5 for it. Now, I think you'll save more on the sale. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Nexus VR, one of the best VR experiences. A little bit hand-holdy, but like fucking fun, dude. Fucking fun.
I'll whip out my hidden blade and start blading people.
That is honestly the coolest part. Like, there's just something so absolutely awesome about being like, I see that guy. Ching! And just fucking jumping down and stabbing him.
Can you be like, hey, buddy? Fing!
Yeah, that's
And,
exactly how it works. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
You hit the trigger and you flick your wrist. You do this with your hand and it shoots out the blade. Yeah. It's so cool. Like, there was numerous times where, like, I would walk up behind someone that I had to, like, take down. And I would just, like, grab their shoulder and go right in the fucking ribcage from behind. Yeah. It's
pretty cool.
It's so fucking good. Oh, I love it.
But yeah, I've been playing a little bit of VR, doing a little bit of that.
It's my goal for this weekend is a little VR. I
But-
haven't played in a long.
We got to talk about my long-lasting hyperfixation. 7 Days to Die.
Yeah, I saw you playing that last night, you bastard.
So, let me explain you something. Let me learn you something. I don't know if we talked about this. 7 Days to Die. They think they're slick. The fun pimps. They think they're slick, because instead of calling the new update Alpha 22, they're calling it 1.0. And they launched the experimental release of 1.0 somewhat recently, a couple of days ago. And I've been playing the experimental for 1.0. And, like, man, it feels a lot like the previous alpha, man.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot like it.
Did they even add the bandit system?
I'll give you one guess.
No.
We have a winner. That's fucking... Listen, they have a roadmap of, like, okay, we're going to still continue to update the game. Don't fucking push it to 1.0 then.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Those are called DLCs, dumbasses.
And 1.0 isn't even, like, that big of an update, really. Like, it's... So here's what's different. It's very short. It's a very short list. They changed the armor system. So, armor and outfits are combined. So instead of having outfit slots and armor slots, you have 4 armor slots and that's it. Which is kind of stupid. But, okay, whatever. They added new armor sets, which do have interesting bonuses. Fair. Cool. And a lot of them can be, like, pretty powerful if you have, like, higher tier versions of it. So like if you have I think some of the sets, like the biker set will have this, where you can do, I think 50% more, up to like 50 or 60% more melee damage when you wear the gloves. And there's a set bonus if you have a full matching set, that's all very interesting.
Yeah, it's a neat concept.
It's all fun and good. The problem with the update is that that's all the stuff, really. They changed the character models, which I guess is interesting. Like, your character now looks like a human instead of a clay monster. But that comes at the expense of not being able to make your character look like a freak anymore.
Oh, so they totally took away a lot of that?
Yeah, they took away like most of the customization now. Like, you can change your skin color, but it's like only human skin colors.
Can't be green or purple?
Yeah, before I could just make a character that was like dark blue. Why? Keep that in. That's fun.
Yeah.
The hair is a lot better. Like, the hair and beards and everything are a lot better. But yeah, they just don't have a lot of interesting customization anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't spend a lot of time looking at my character model anyway. I just make a generic guy, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Still, less choice, not good, but...
Yeah, it's a little annoying, but I do appreciate that the characters look like human beings now. And they added a different sort of, like, progression system where they added challenges. So, like, if you do a certain amount of things, you do this, this, and this, you get an XP bonus. You get, like, 100 XP for this, or you get, like, 1,000 XP for this, as you complete the challenges, which is an interesting progression system, and it also makes the first quest that you would get in the previous alpha optional, which is, thank fucking God, because making everyone walk through that one quest to get their first 4 skill points is egregious.
Yeah,
because it's shit that you would do, but it's like shit that you don't need to do immediately, and I want my skill points immediately. And now they just give them to you.
Oh, that's good.
So, like, before you would have to, you would have to get plant fibers, make plant fiber clothes, make an axe, make a bow, make arrows, make a club, make a frame, like a block frame, upgrade it, make a campfire, and then make a bedroll, and then place the bedroll. And then you would get your skill points, and the quest would just turn you over to, like, go find a trader.
Yeah.
Which...
It's very tedious on multiple playthroughs. Yeah.
Exactly. They changed as well the amount of zombies you'll find in buildings. So, like, before it was common to find, like, around every corner. It would essentially, you'd walk into the room of a house, and this, like, you would step over a certain threshold, and it would, like, trigger all the zombies that are in the room, basically. Now it's like there's just less of them around, but I'm fairly certain the zombies have more health now.
Yeah.
I think. Because I had definitely been playing, I've been playing a lot, and, like, the way some of these zombies can tank, like, headshots is kind of crazy. Like, I was cornered, and I shot a zombie in the head 3 times with a pistol, and he just he wasn't phased. Granted, his health was low, because I shot him 3 times.
In the head.
But, like, if I'm shooting a zombie in the head, it would stand to reason it would die.
Yeah.
Also, I have discovered my new favorite way to play the game.
Oh, yeah?
Because normally I would do a strength club build, where until you get decent weapons, just roll with a club or a bat or something, and then you can just bash people's heads in. And that does the most damage, to be fair, but, like, I feel like even different playstyles, the one I'm using now wasn't as bad, or like the zombies weren't as tanky when using lower damage weapons respectively in the previous update. But I've changed my build style to do a brawler and blades kind of build where I have knuckle wraps and a little bone shiv. So I've been leveling up the brawler perk, which increases your ability to knock down zombies. So you can run up,
knock them out.
I have leather knuckle wraps, so it's like the texture is like a little piece of leather with like little rivets on it. And I run up and I just punch a guy. He falls down and I pull out my bone shiv and I start sticking him with a little knife.
There you go.
And I also don't think bleeding damage is as powerful as it used to be. There used to be so many instances where like you would run up on a zombie and you would power attack it with a knife and its head would just explode. And that shit just doesn't really happen anymore. Damn. As I've leveled up my brawler skills, though, that does happen with a power attack with my fist. I can punch a zombie to death in one blow.
There you go.
If
Mike Tyson has.
Not every time, but it's like there's a decent chance of it happening, which is cool. So all in all, it's such a disappointing update to see, considering that they had a year to work on it, number one, and they wanted to make this push. They wanted to push it as a 1.0 update.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
If they just called it Alpha 22 or whatever, okay, great. Also, if they spent half the time working on bandits that they've spent reworking the skill system 47 times, we would have had bandits for years now.
Yeah.
We need bandits, and we need fucking bandits, and we need the storyline.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that there's going to be a coherent storyline if they haven't been working on it this whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the game needs a story, but you've said that there's going to be one.
Yeah, you have to know what your fundamentals of what you're getting into.
I think that game functions fine without a story. But like, you can't put in lore and like indications that you're putting in a story and then not have a story. And you need more NPCs than just the trader.
Yeah.
Like, more people to interact with. And I can't even do anything cool with the trader. I can buy and sell stuff. I want to be able to rob people.
Yeah, like other factions and shit.
Or like, yeah, I want factions and bandits. When modders have added this functionality to your game very successfully in the past, I don't understand why you can't.
Yeah.
This is a huge team of people now. It's like, it used to be, I think, like 10 guys or something, or less than that. And now I think the devs said there's like over 50 people working on the game now.
Yeah.
You have the time to add bandits into the game. You can do that. It's not hard. I don't understand. I don't understand why this is not something that's been added into the game. And why this hasn't been a component of the game you haven't been working on. Leave the damn skill system alone. Leave the fundamentals alone. And work on the new stuff.
Yeah. The problem is, I feel like nowadays game companies don't understand that 1.0 should mean you could theoretically put this on a disc and erase it from the internet and put that disc in a system and play that game. And it's done. That's what 1.0 should be. Obviously, we have our 1.05s and 06s for patches later. But theoretically, 1.0 should be a playable, complete version of the game with nothing missing.
It bothers me so much that, like, the death of, like, early access shit, where, like, early access used to mean something. When a game came out of early access, that was a big deal. And that,
like Blade and Sorcery.
That was a big deal, and it meant something. And now it's, like, so rare that a game comes out of early access to, like, glowing reviews. Yeah. Oh, now we're out of early access. And, it's, a couple more updates. We haven't done this part of the game.
Yeah.
or they're treating it as an extension to early access when you could just not.
Yeah. And
I don't understand. It can't be a money thing, because 7 days to die is consistently one of like the top, I think, 20 games played on Steam. You consistently have like 100,000+ players at any given time. How do you not have the money if it's a money thing? Did you just spend all the money? He invested all his Steam checks on fucking Bitcoin.
Probably.
He spent all his money on penis coins, so now and it was a pump and dump, so he's left holding the bag. I don't get it. And I get they want to release a new version for consoles, which is also absolute horse shit, that if you've bought it before on console, you have to buy it again if you want the new version.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's horse shit. That's garbage. Also, they're working on an entirely separate game too.
Yeah, 7 Days Blood Moon.
7 Days Blood Moon, which is like part RTS, part like first
Dead
person.
by Daylight.
Yeah, it's basically Dead by Daylight. You have one player in God mode that like places zombies and shit, and you have 4 players that are in a survivor mode who build up defenses.
Totally okay concept, but finish your main shit.
Yeah, I think the concept is fine, but like I know these guys' ability to implement things.
Yeah.
And it's not like incredible. I think if you're gonna dedicate resources towards a new game, I think that's part of it too, is like they wanted to justify using resources on their new game as well. Like, oh, well, we're in 1.0, so we can shift focus to this game. And I think we're gonna see 7 Days Blood Moon launch to like, I think it's going to be like a Payday 3 type launch, where it's like, it's going to launch to either lackluster or bad reviews.
Yeah, probably mostly down to servering and networking.
Or something to the effect of like, just the game doesn't function.
Yeah.
Because I love 7 Days to Die, but like, that game is rough still.
Yeah.
After 11 years in development. I think, honestly, you should have dedicated more time to doing the everything else part and then work out the minute tweaks afterwards.
Yeah.
You don't have to rework the pathing of zombies every fucking update just because you decide, no, I don't like it when the players play the game this way. You're having too much fun in the sandbox. You can't play the sandbox right.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You can't build your horde bases. It has to change every update because the devs get upset that you're not playing the sandbox the correct way.
Blade and Sorcerer's like, you're killing too many people, so you can't move your arms now. New update.
Actually, we removed all the weapons just for balancing.
Yeah. It's fucking stupid.
We removed all of your weapons, but we gave the enemies AK-47s.
Yeah, and you die in one hit, and they take 374, so it should be more fair now.
Yeah, so like it's probably like the most balanced update that we've done. So anyway, I'm just upset that this is 1.0, and it's not gonna do any it's not gonna do you any favors. For the players of the game, especially people who have to now buy it again. I don't think you're making any friends by doing this.
No.
Not that I think that's your intention, especially now that you're also raising the price of the game. Which, by the way, if you want to buy 7 days, summer sales right now, so it's probably on sale. Buy it on sale because it's gonna go up when 1.0 comes out. I think it's going up to like $39.99 or something. And now it's $24. So just buy it now if you're on the fence about it, because it's gonna be more money later on.
Yeah.
Which normally I don't have an issue with. But at least show your work and justify your work for charging more money.
Yeah, not to beat a dead horse, but like that's how I feel about Blade and Sorcery. Is like that game's like $20. If that went to $40 right now for new buyers for what it has, Honestly, I wouldn't be mad. That game's one of the most complete VR experiences. You know.
All I'm saying, Stardew Valley's $15.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley's $15, and that you can get lost in that game. It is so well made and well written and well thought out that all of that for $15, and you can't release a complete game. Mind you, Stardew just got an update recently. A huge update that added like new events and a whole bunch of new stuff. If you can't do that with your team of 50 people and this one guy did all that, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I guess that's the difference between maybe a money grab and a passion project.
True, yeah.
I don't know.
True.
Like, focus probably shifted at Fun Pimps to money.
And
they saw the dollar signs and were like, you know what?
And hey, make
Fuck
money.
it.
I think it's a game that's worth buying, but like I think it's worth buying, but I don't think it's worth buying at an accelerated price now that or a raised price now, in the state that it's in.
Yeah.
Like I would not, if it was $30 or $40 now, I still would not say it's worth $40. I paid I think $12.99 for it when I bought it. Like I bought it on sale.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man.
Bit weird.
That's my rant for this one. That really bothered me playing this update. Am I gonna play it? Yeah, I'm gonna play it. But
you already paid for it.
I already own the game, so like, and I'm used to this by now.
Yeah.
I've had this game for like 7 years. Like I get it now.
Yeah. Get the expectations, but that all you got for that part?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've been playing Manhunt, Chris.
Did you hunt men?
No, I was the hunted, actually. I was the man who was hunted. So I recently walked into a retro game store and they had Manhunt 2. First one I've ever seen in person. I was like, fuck, I gotta buy that. So I bought it. And then I was like, fuck, I gotta beat the first one. Because I had started it a long time ago. I never actually ended up beating it. I was like, man, I gotta actually beat this one before I play the second one, right? Made sense. So I went back and started playing Manhunt 1 again. And I remembered why I had stopped. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of like the same thing.
Right.
You would spawn into a level. There's some antagonist talking to you over a radio who's like, I'm going to get you. You better kill these people in a good way and get me off.
I'm going to get you.
Like, he would literally be, like, talking mad shit. And he'd tell you, like, oh, if you can slit this dude's throat, that'll get me off. Like, yeah, that's the whole point of the game. You're, like, in a fucking arena. And there's some spokesperson who's talking shit or whatever. So I was like, yeah, that's cool concept. But I didn't think it was going anywhere. And then also, I had made it, like, very far into a level without hitting a save point and died. And I rage quit. So that's why I had stopped playing for a while.
Fair.
So I hop back in. Start playing again. I get used to the controls, and I'm like, all right, I get how you're supposed to play this or whatever. And I play the game. I get to the first, like, maybe 2 more chapters, right? Or as they call them, scenes, because it's being filmed or whatever. So I get through 2 more scenes, and then suddenly it's like a plot bomb drops. Like, I was so confused because the whole time you're obviously in this guy's clutches, and then suddenly 2 scenes later, I fucking escaped and was in the city.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh. Cool.
Huh.
So then you're on the run in like the city, and the story starts to unfold, and it gets like actually genuinely interesting. And yeah, dude, Manhunt 1's actually like a really good game. Like, it turns into this whole thing where the whole plot of the game, I think I talked about it briefly, and I'll just hit on it quickly, was you're basically a convict who, in this, fictionalized world, they take convicts that are on death row, and instead of killing them, they do a fake execution for the masses, the populace to see. And then they take those convicts and they dump them in an abandoned city, and they hunt them for sport. That's the whole point of the game, and you're that convict, so you're on the run. And there's different factions that get hired. There's like a militaristic faction, and obviously because of the fact that this is a thing, the cops are involved and they're bribed and shit. So there's like a whole part of the game where you're on the run from the actual police and you're fighting cops, and then like a SWAT team pulls up and you're fighting them, and it's fucking crazy. And it all sort of culminates into you going after the person running the show. You figure out who it is, and then you start going after them, and in the end you get them or whatever, and then you flee. So the story actually ends up taking some pretty cool turns or whatever, and introduces like actual side characters. And it's only like genuinely 8 chapters into the game that the main character says a fucking word. He never speaks. I thought he was a silent protagonist the whole time. And then you get to a section.
Guy just had nothing to say.
You get to a section where the guy who's doing this kidnaps your family and says, like, you gotta save them, even though you don't like them because you have a history of abuse from them, and then you have to save them. And when you save him, he'll be like, go on, get out of here, or whatever. Like, actually talks. And I'm like, oh, fuck, he does talk. But my point all kind of being, there's this one
shy.
mission. He was usually a little shy, yeah. There's this one mission where it tells you, hey, in order for the main guy who's haunting you to allow you access to the next area, he's going to send people after you. And you need to kill one person gruesomely and one person violently. I'm like, oh, he just means kill him. Because remember I complained, like, you walk up, you hit the button, and he just does one execution, and it's very, very anticlimactic or whatever.
Yeah.
So I start going through this level. I kill, like, 5 people. Objective's still there. What the fuck's going on? 5 more people spawn. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I kill another 5. Same thing. I'm like, all right, I'm missing something. So I look it up. Gruesome and violent kills. Chris, tell me why. I must have missed it or something, but tell me why the game never told me that if you hold the attack button, it charges the attack, which changes the reticle colors from yellow to red. Yellow being violent, red being gruesome. Why was I just never informed of this? So, sure enough, I have a baseball bat. It's like, do a violent kill. So a normal kill is you hit the button. He literally just goes bonk in the back of the head, right? I'm like, okay. So violent kill. It charges up, turns yellow, let it go. He hits him in the back of the knee. They drop down, and then he just goes boom right in the top of the head. Smashes their head in, right? I'm like, okay, all right, cool. You do gruesome. He fucking takes out the back of their knees, hits him in the head, and then winds up for one like really strong hit and takes their head off their shoulders with a baseball bat. I'm like, that makes more sense now. So then it gives me a classic weapon I had used numerous times, the crowbar. It's like, do a violent and a gruesome kill with this one. Regular crowbar kill, anticlimactic as shit. You walk up behind him, you hit the button, he literally just goes and sticks it through the back of their chest, like through their spine, basically. And then they drop. Violent dude fucking jumps up, boom, right through the top of the head, right? Gruesome, straight up stabs their legs out, and then just starts stabbing them in the top of the head until they're a mutilated corpse.
Damn,
I'm like,
man.
this makes more sense why the game was edgy now. Now I see why people were upset. I thought it was this anticlimactic, like, you're dead. I'm like, why were people upset about this in 2001?
I mean,
That's why.
You know, I think I attributed it to, like, that's just how shit was.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you see like early horror movies, you're like, this shit ain't scary, but people were like, oh, my timbers are shivered.
I have shivered.
Watching like the original King Kong.
Yeah. Yeah. But, so needless to say, that was a thing. Manhunt 1, very good game. So then I start Manhunt 2. And I had read somewhere online that Manhunt 2 was censored. The first one wasn't really censored, but Manhunt 2 was. There was no retail copies that existed of it uncensored. And I'm like, okay, that's no big deal. I start playing the game. And number one, by the way, I just want to say this. First 5 minutes of the game, it goes, hold the attack button to charge it up to do a violent or gruesome attack. I'm like, thanks. That would have been cool to know in the last game. But anyway, I do a takedown, right? I sneak up behind this guard. I have a piece of glass, right? Walk up, hit the button quick. Camera whips around to the front of the guard. Character reaches over with the glass, goes to stab, entire screen turns red. Can't see the stab. Okay, he pulls the glass shard out, screen turns back to normal. Then it turns back to like a white, almost like a negative film look. You can't see any of the kill. I'm like, okay. I'm assuming because the way the game opens, you're in an insane asylum. Because you do that, the screen gets all fucky, and then the character throws up after their first kill. I'm like, oh, he's probably just having like a schizophrenic, like sort of freaked out moment.
Some kind of episode.
That'll go away. I play like another 20, 30 minutes of the game. Every kill does that. I'm like, okay. That'll make no sense. So I look up, again, like, censored, what does it do, blah, blah. People are like, yep, it's heavily censored. You can't even see the kills. I'm like, really? I look up an uncensored, modded version on PC. Sure enough, guy goes up to that same guard with the piece of glass for the tutorial, stabs him, and it's all on show. No flashing red, fucking weird negative film effect. I'm like, man, that sucks. So I look into it a little more, Chris. The only way to get it uncensored is 2 ways. On PC, you can find on an abandonware site the beta version of the game. You can find a beta version of the game that leaked prior to release. It's complete and playable, but pretty buggy. But it is playable, and it's uncensored. And then, on PS2, you can use a fucking action replay to input a code to uncensor the game, which they said doesn't add all the blood back, but it does uncensor the weird flashing filter. So I bought an action replay. And I stopped playing Manhunt 2, because it was, like, comically censored. I should have showed you this before the show. I'll show you a clip after. It's insane.
That's kind of ridiculous. Like I always see ridiculous like moral panics around games like that, where like it never makes sense even looking back on it, considering like how violent other games are. Why that one specifically?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. The people who were so upset about Manhunt would shit their pants when they would see, in God of War when Kratos rips somebody's head off.
Yeah.
With his hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
With his hands. They would cry and scream and piss and shit if they saw the end of God of War 3 when you beat your own dad to death and you don't have to stop mashing the button. You just do it until the screen is red.
Yeah, I said this at work the other day when I was ranting about this, when I first figured out this whole thing, is like, take one of those motherfuckers who was on the council that was like, this needs to be censored.
Kill them.
Show them Sean in Red Dead Redemption 2 getting fucking sniped. I want to see their reaction.
Yeah.
They're going to think that's a real guy.
Like,
they're going to shit their pants, dude.
have you ever seen the videos? I see this on TikTok sometimes where people will like show their grandparents footage of GTA and tell them it's real life and they believe it.
Oh yeah, and they're like, as they're driving through like a mall.
Yeah, that's what I imagine that council looks like. It's all those fucking old people. They're like, this is real, and it's footage of like GTA San Andreas.
Yeah, like dude, I get the idea of censoring because the big argument that's made, right? And I guess it doesn't really apply a lot nowadays, per se. But back then, GTA 3, you couldn't kill people, like, realistically. Because they came out very close in time, Manhunt 2 and GTA 3. So, like, in GTA 3, you're just kind of this blocky guy who does this or whatever, runs people over, and they just go, ugh, on their back, right? But Manhunt 2, especially, does, for the time, definitely ramp it up, where, like, you're not watching someone just get like dunk in the back of the head with a baseball bat or go and then hit the ground. You're actually watching like this character will fucking jump on someone's back and like bite their neck out and like start fucking shanking them with a piece of glass. Like it's definitely more to what I saw when people were talking about it. You could reenact those killings a lot easier. So I can see why the oldens of those days panicked.
I fucking guess.
Like
I don't see that and go, I'm gonna run up on someone like a little goblin. I'm gonna jump on their back and start biting them.
You don't think that, but back then that's what they thought. That was the problem they had. It wasn't like, ooh, this is scary or too violent. It was, oh, the kid's are gonna do this. The kid's gonna see you bite his ear off in Manhunt, so he's gonna do that to his friend Jimmy.
This is why I just hate.
So
I think old people should just go away somewhere.
Yeah, like an island.
Like, we should have an elderly island where we send all the old people. Everyone above the age of 65 goes there.
And they get taken care of there. Not in like a bad way. They get a nice life on the island. Away from everyone else.
Exactly. They get to live their own sort of life there.
Yep.
Forever.
They can have matching shutters for all I fucking care. Nice mowed lawns. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Doesn't matter to me.
No kids will be on them lawns.
They can have their censored video game over there.
Yeah.
And also the problem is like they ask people they would ask people who don't fucking play games to like regulate these things.
Yeah.
Determine how to censor this game, and you give it to some dipshit congressman who's never heard of a video game.
Okay. What if we just turn the screen off?
This is Congressman Dingle Shitter III. He was born in 1847. He's 180 years old. which don't math check me on that. And he goes, he has these big, thick glasses. The lenses are like this thick.
Yeah.
He's got them on. He's like, you could play the video games. You could. What is this controller? I don't understand. You put the disc in the machine and then you gotta plug it in. I don't understand. I'm fucking old. And then he trips and falls down the stairs and dies 37 times before he hits the ground.
Yeah. Congressman dipshit, how do we sense this? What if we just turn it off?
Know. What if we just turn off the screen? We could turn off the video if we don't like it.
Yeah. Dude,
I don't know what accent I was going for there, but...
I don't know.
That's my old man accent, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what old people sound like.
But Manhunt 1 and 2, by the way, both good stories so far. 2 I stopped playing until I get my action replay to uncensor it, if it works anyway. I do want to say, I think you'd get a kick out of this. This is the last thing I'll say on the topic of Manhunt. I really think this is like a Chris level joke.
Okay.
Right? Because I feel like we made this exact joke about Velma when that series came out.
Right.
But I shit you not. Mission 2 of Manhunt 2. You get into your old house where you were abused as a child. Right? Mm-hmm. You run away from the insane asylum. You get into your house and you're talking to your buddy, who I haven't made it this far in the story because I stopped playing, but I think he's a schizophrenic buddy. I don't think he's actually there.
He's real,
because every time you talk in a cutscene, you talk to him, but in gameplay he ain't there. And in Manhunt 1, they had that, but the people would stay there in gameplay. So I really think it's a schizo moment, especially because Mission 2, you go home and do heroin. But that's besides the point.
Right.
During Mission 2, you try to do heroin, and your schizo buddy's like, hey, you shouldn't do that because we got to go. And your main character's like, why do we got to go? He goes, it's some sort of manhunt out here. Dude, he drops that line, and I was like,
so that's it, huh? It's just some kind of manhunt out there?
Dude,
it's just some kind of Manhunt 2 out there?
Dude, he literally is like, put that shit down. It's a manhunt out there. Like, it's so funny. I'm like, this is great.
So
this is peak writing.
We're just some kind of Suicide Squad?
Yeah, like, oh my god, dude, it was so funny. I started chuckling. Lexi's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, bro, he just said manhunt. She's like, yeah, that's the name of the game. I'm like, exactly. Like, it's so funny.
Just fucking insert, what are we, some kind of Suicide Squad? Or, is that a mini Kong? Tiny monkey.
I just fucking find that so funny. When he said that, I was like, oh my god. That's one of the clips I'll have to find you after I find you a censored thing. But, anyway, that's all I got. Manhunt 2 is super fun. My action replay is supposed to come in today.
This is so ridiculous. Like, the egregious level of, like, people are doing too much to, like, make things. What if the kids see? Kids aren't meant to see everything, you know?
You know, here's the problem. Here's my problem with censorship, which I guess are still on the same topic, is we R-rate movies, we M-rate games. If little Timmy walks into GameStop and pulls out GTA 5, the counter clerk is going to be like, no, son, I can't say that. So why are we punishing the developer by making them censor their vision? Sure, you can argue, well, that's a fucked up vision. I don't care. Their vision was to make Manhunt 2 what it was. Why are you not holding the parent accountable like you would with liquor?
Yeah.
If you go buy liquor and you give it to your neighbor's kid, you're going to prison, buddy.
Yeah, fair.
But if you go buy him GTA 5, the worst that happens is the parent goes, Chris, why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you not held to the same accountability? Sure, liquor could kill him and GTA 5 won't. But the point still stands. You're putting a lock on this for a reason.
They put an age gate on it for an entire reason.
Yeah.
And I understand that sort of thing doesn't really exist with digital games. Like, they don't 100%. Have a verification. However, maybe they should add that. I don't know.
Yeah, like, I just don't find that fair that... And I say this as someone who my entire life, by the way, my mom would not bat an eye if I asked for GTA. If I had asked for Manhunt as a kid, she would have been like, yeah, whatever, fuck off. Here, I have to go to work for 40 hours now because I'm fucking doing doubles every fucking day. And she would have just bought me Manhunt. And I'm happy for that. I'm glad I got to play those games because I feel like it got me on a level of thinking with certain things that I wouldn't have had. But, like, at the same time, you know, now that I see it from an adult perspective of like, oh, man, this game could have been a lot more punchy and powerful with its messaging if it was allowed to express itself in a certain way, but we couldn't because the children. Well, fuck the children. Why did the children have access to it?
Fuck them kids.
And back to the dance moms moment. But yeah, like, why did the kids have access to it first? Why don't you go to the root cause of the problem? The problem is the kids are getting it. How are they getting it?
Yeah, I don't think we should be censoring art because
that's a perfect way to put
what senses it might hit, you know?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be we shouldn't cover up the Venus de Milo's tits because the kids might see them.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
We don't want to put a kilt on the statue of David because we're scared the kids might see his little penis. May see his little David's little dick on there.
Yeah, exactly. I think art is not something that's meant to be censored. It's curated to an audience. That audience is meant to see it in that way. The audience for Manhunt is adults and mature audiences only. So if you're worried that a kid may see it and interpret it a different way, that's great. It wasn't intended for kids. It was intended for those over the age of 18.
Yeah, fair. I think we should stop catering, especially art especially.
Yeah.
We should stop catering towards who might possibly see it, who's not supposed to, and cater towards the people who are supposed to see it or want to see it.
Yeah. And say what you want. I'll die on a cross here, and I'm sure Chris will too. I will argue that video games are, in fact, a form of art. Some people think they're not, and I think you're absolutely ridiculous.
If you think they're not, you're just wrong.
Yeah.
Like, what is music not art then?
It's just words, Chris. It can't be art.
Yeah,
it's just
like,
words.
Again, Statue of David, that's just a piece of rock. That's not art.
Yeah, it's just words molded into a specific...
You understand how fucking stupid that sounds?
Yeah.
Do you know how much work goes into a game? Like
into a game, a movie, audio, like everything, a podcast.
That you're gonna fuck people over because you think someone might see this that's not supposed to.
Yeah, one of the big things I heard with like Manhunt especially was specifically the plastic bag kills. You can pick up like a shopping bag and you can fucking wrap it around someone's head and choke them. And like, again, very quote unquote realistic way for someone to commit a murder, I suppose. But I'm gonna be honest, Chris, if you ever try to choke me out with a plastic bag, I'm just gonna go poke a fucking hole in it.
It happens in Better Call Saul. Gus,
I think I heard of
Gus kills somebody like that. Like he has an accomplice, so like the accomplice grabs the guy, like binds the guy's hands, and Gus puts the bag on his head and zip ties it on his head.
Yeah.
It's a horrifying way to kill somebody.
Oh, but we should censor that,
we
Chris.
Should censor
the
that
kids
because
might
like
see
the
that.
kids might see that. Yeah,
we should cut that entire scene.
It's my whole thing about like censorship and TV too. Like, why does a show that is meant for an adult audience that airs at like, I don't know, midnight on a Sunday evening, why does that have to be censored so heavily?
Yeah.
Why can't the show say fuck? Because like, I don't understand. And it's not hard to piece together what word is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I've
always just found it funny how it's like, yo, hey, we gotta censor this show because like little Timmy might hear fuck, but then little Timmy's playing with his blocks 2 hours later, right? And the dad forgot to take out the trash, and the mom's like, "You fucking cunt! I want a fucking divorce!
I'm gonna fucking
you fat
kill
lazy
you.
fuck you! I'll eat your ass! Suck your cock off the bone!"
Off the bone?
Yes.
Off the bone?
Wait, you don't have a bone in yours?
No, dude. You should You should see a doctor immediately.
I actually have 257 bones.
The doctor goes, "Dog, I got a penis bone."
Yeah.
Dog, I got a bone in my... No, you don't understand. I didn't put it there. It was there to begin with. I was born with... I got a femur in my...
I broke my penis.
I got a femur in my penis.
But I love how we can go on this really passionate tirade about art, and it takes one comment to just be like, and now they're back to dumb shit.
Now we're back on femur penises. Hey, we got a new lens, by the way.
Yeah, you guys probably can't tell because we haven't done a
We got a new camera lens, and we got a bunch of new stuff for the camera for our upcoming production. Upcoming little production.
Hey, and this is one that'll actually release too, by the way. This isn't going to be a half-ass production. There's a lot of work going into this one. More than we've probably
there's so
really
much
ever done.
shit going into this one.
Also a lot riding on it, I feel like.
I'm probably gonna be continuing working on it after we're done here.
Yeah. I feel like psychologically there's a lot riding on this. Like this is something we've geared up for. So if this fails, like it's gonna be the biggest morale kick.
You know what?
Ever.
If I fail this one, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
If we fail this one, it might be the last production you see for a while besides this podcast. because the morale
Perhaps,
is not
yeah.
going to be there.
It's gonna be like a funeral home sort of vibe around here.
Like,
We're gonna be
hello,
like, hello and welcome.
Thanks for coming out. In honor of our hopes and dreams.
Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams.
What a baby. I love that episode.
He has a grave for his hopes and dreams.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Fair.
But yeah, that's all I got. That was my Manhunt tirade. That was my tirade for the episode.
So a very rant heavy episode. Shall we show off the just capability of our new lens?
Yeah, you want to go punch it in on my mug?
Look at that. Who's that guy right there?
Skin cells.
Look, you can. Here's my hand. Who's that guy right there?
Bro, you can look at this though. Genuinely, focus it. You can literally see the paint peeling off my shirt, or the art, not the paint, but.
Thomas and Jerris right there.
Yo.
It's a Tamron. It's a Tamron 17 by 70 mil, 17 to 70 mil Sony E-mount lens. It goes down to f2.8. Has autofocus, but not auto zoom.
I feel like AutoZoom is kind of a good thing in a way, not having it, because I like the idea of being able to rack it yourself like pretty quick and like you know exactly where you need to be.
Yeah.
So.
And all in all, it's a cool little lens, and it has doubled the price of our camera setup.
Yes.
But it's a cheap lens, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
A cheap lens is $700. That's how much this lens was.
Yeah. But it's more than enough for us, so.
Yeah, it should do just about everything that we have. Like I showed you, you can zoom in pretty far.
Yeah. Which gives us a lot of flexibility.
So
that's the beauty of a camera like this with that nice of a lens, is you can zoom in pretty far and it's lossless. Like it's
because it's just glass.
Yeah,
you're just
it's
focusing
so nice.
in a lens.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
pretty cool if you ask me.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because this will be like the first time. I mean, I don't think Chris has ever done this. I haven't, but it'll be the first time that either of us have gone out in public with a big camera and been trying to film this. Like this thing, maybe I'll take a picture and throw it up on screen. From front to back, fully extendos like 12 inches.
We should.
So it's gonna look like you're just holding like a little mini rifle. Like,
yeah,
we'll see.
We'll have to figure that out. But all in all, I think it'll be. I think we got something pretty good cooking for you. Dare I say?
I think so. A lot of effort going into it. So.
Yes, and it's so thoroughly planned. Unlike our other stuff, we put a lot of effort into planning the one aspect of it, but like none of the other aspects. So like this is thoroughly planned, and we're trying to make up for past mistakes.
Yeah,
with this one. So.
Yep.
Hopefully that'll be interesting.
Stay tuned for that. I don't know. What would you say? Estimated timeline. I'm holding you to it.
So when do we start? We start July 12th.
Yeah. Production begins July 12th.
So probably the end of July.
Yeah.
Probably July. Does July have 30 days or 31? I think it's 30.
That's a good question. That's a very good
June
question.
has 30, so maybe July is 31.
July is 31.
July 31st, on or before?
It's a Wednesday, so I'd say on.
So, either on or before July 31st.
Yeah.
So, hold me to that because I don't have much to put together here.
Not for the main part, no.
No, so.
That's the beauty of it. There's a beauty in simplicity.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be the best thing we've ever made, actually.
That's the idea.
So, anyway, I think we're done here.
Yeah. So, as always, find us Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed, all linked below. YouTube and Spotify both have the video platform. Instagram, TikTok, you can reach out to us there. We also have the email, censored@pm.me. Send your comments, questions, concerns, death threats, and most importantly, Little Kitty, Big City stuff. And stay tuned for that production. There'll probably definitely be some footage from it on the Instagram and TikTok once the final video's out.
Lens cap.
Oh my God, you left it on the camera. SpongeBob moment.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.